very difficult time. Sounds like a revival. Yeah.
We're back out here in the garage. This is my 64. Well, was mine. Gave it to my wife. Eventually it's going to be her daily when it's done. Well, in the summertime. But the plan is, I would love to get this thing running and driving and be able to make it to Tennessee for the Pigeon Forge F100 Nationals next May. Whiskey Dents is doing a... Man, there's a lot of echoing out of the hood. He's doing a crew cab build on a Crown Vic chassis. Go over check out his channel too. Hopefully we can drive down together. Hopefully, if both of us get our stuff done. But first thing first, I only got a few bolts holding this front clip on. I want to pull this off, get it out of the way. This truck has actually been off the road. I think the license plate said 91 on it. And this engine came out of 89 LTD that hasn't ran in who knows how long. They said it ran. I never messed with it after I got it. I pulled it out and set it in here. I did Crown Vic swap the front end. I got a Ford Explorer rear end in it. I did a C-notch, so it's pretty low to the ground. But it's going to handle like a car. It's got disc brakes all the way around, so it'll be a good car for the wife to... Good truck for the wife to enjoy. So yeah, I'm going to pull this off, then pull the hood off so everything's nice and lit up. And I would like to get it fired up so I can at least hear how it runs to see if I want to continue with this engine or yank it out and stick another one in that I have that is good. So yeah, let's get started. For some reason I pulled the starter out of it. I don't know why. Actually, I was trying to fit headers on it and the starter was in the way. But these are actually headers off a Mustang and they fit really nice on this Crown Vic front side. What was the right starter? And this is an overdrive transmission, so it should get decent mileage. And it's a short box, so part of the reason why I want to build it, because I had a short box, made a short box, sold it, got it back, traded it again, so now I'd like to have another short bed. But I don't know when we get this one. I think 4 years ago. No, I got pictures in my phone of it. Yeah, I think it was every bit of 4 years ago. I'm pretty sure when I put the distributor in, I had it at top dead center. And I think I put an oil pan on this too. I must have, because that's a new gasket. I think the guy I got it from, he used a skid steer to just push it on his trailer, and I remember it having a hole in it, I believe. If it does start up, it's going to be loud because, yeah, it's got this much exhaust. Take any bets on if it'll start? How about you?
Yeah, I think it will. Eventually.
Will this engine start?
Who knows? Only time will tell.
Yeah, the car this engine was in was actually so rusted out that there was virtually no frame left on the passenger side, all the way from the front tire to the back tire. It was pretty bad. But I think I paid $100 for it. I sold the cats off of it for $200. Kept the engine and transmission and radiator, and then sold the body of the car to the junkyard for it's like $75. So I actually made out pretty good on it. I gotta find a carburetor. I might just take the carb off then, Paula, just to start it. Or I might just dump gas right in the intake and see if it just fires off that. Love having grill arms. I could have put a socket on this. Would have been done by now. Yeah, we dug this out of the snowbank today. Well, 4 inches of snow we got the other day. What's next? Ground cable. I can find a nut that fits that. Not in there anyway. Almost forgot. New revival-ish, sorta. It's been off the road long enough. I'm gonna call it a revival. So, this is Pierce Irish whiskey, aged 7 years. And it is aged in, pretty sure it's in some kind of barrel. Bourbon barrel, oak barrel. I've actually been looking around for new flavors to try, new brands, and haven't found any, and we stopped at a liquor store in West Duluth. A real big one, actually, and we found 2 that we've never heard of, so I got this one for this week and another one for later on. We'll find out. Smells pretty good. I can't imagine what this would have tasted like if it was aged 3 years. It's not good. I don't recommend it. So Pierce Irish whiskey is not, this might be what I try to start the truck on. Enough messing around with that stuff. Ugh. I can't imagine who taste tests this stuff and says it's marketable. And it wasn't like a super cheap bottle. It was, I don't know. It's about as bad as Silky. Oh, there's that thing I was looking for that I robbed off another engine. I'll have to make sure I put that back on that engine. Stay. It'll be there when I need it. It's actually off a junk engine, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I might as well pull the carb off that quick. Get it set on here. Go snag some spark plug wires off another project. And yeah. Maybe I should throw a battery on it. See if I can get it to crank. I hooked the battery up. It's not smoking, but this is all the wiring it's got at the moment. Starter decided to quit working. Yeah. Might be buying a starter. I haven't done anything. Is that battery dead already? Oh, there we go. Ooh. Doesn't sound good cranking over. Sounds tight. I'm gonna keep going. Should probably put a little more oil in it. It's barely on the dipstick. Get this. Where'd that gasket go? You asked me about a minute ago. You don't see me set it somewhere?
I did not. I mean, you clearly
It's
said
right
it
here.
somewhere, but I don't know where.
Oh. It was right where I set it. A bunch of Chevy oil pan bolts. Maybe they'll be long enough. No. Not long enough. It didn't want that bolt in it anyway. Chevy. We'll try to find some bolts for that so I can dump oil in it. So I got oil put in it. I cranked it over. It doesn't have a gauge on it. It's just got the digital kind. I couldn't get that out, so I cranked on it for a while. Then I loosened the filter, and it did dump oil, so that was a plus. I did cheap out, and I put a micro guard on this because it was like $10 difference. And just to see if it'll run, I wasn't going to spend the $14 for a Wix like I always do. But after it does run, I will dump it out and put a nice Wix filter on. I'm going to run my Demon I got. I don't have any gaskets or studs for it. So tomorrow after work, I'll pick some of them up. But another thing I did on this truck, because it was a 64, the steering shaft came down and went right into the steering box, and there's nothing you can do about it because it's pretty much a fixed unit. So I put a steering column out of a 65 or 66. It was out of a 66 because I got it from my brother. So I had to cut this hole bigger for the steering column to come through, and then I could use this double D and these knuckles I bought to go into the power steering rack. So this was actually off. This was off the Crown Vic. Yeah, because I told the guy I wanted this with it, and I took this out of a newer truck too, out of a 65, to be able to mount this master cylinder to, and the brakes actually are hooked up. They're not plumbed in, but if you hit the pedal, it squirts juice out. So that's all set up, ready to go. It's got to run lines down the front to the back. And yeah, most of the hard stuff's done, like cutting all this stuff out to get because this is a backyard customs kit for a 65 and newer Ford. But since this was a 64, I had to modify it. And then I bought the lower control arm brackets from Outcast Customs. And those are actually nice pieces. They actually redesigned them so it would work on the like 50 something Ford to I think the 70s Fords. So you could use this style because it's fully adjustable. You can go up, down, in, out. And the ones I had wouldn't work, so I bought them. Outcast Customs motor mounts. And their stuff is really reasonably priced and very well built. So if anybody's out there doing one of these projects, check out Outcast Customs because, yeah, like the TIG welds are absolutely beautiful. They know what they're doing. So, and all the parts I put on they fit really nice. But yeah, as for tonight, since I don't have gaskets and the wife did go out and find the coil, I thought I stuck it in something else and it turned out it was in the back of my tow rig. So, covered in snow, but she found it for me. Thank you. So, yeah, for tonight, I'm going to call it a standstill and pick up stuff after work and we'll be filming tomorrow night. So, hopefully we can bring the boom. Make this little tiny garage, echo. Because, yeah, it's going to be loud. But, so, yeah. Have a good night. I'll see you, well, you'll see me all at once, but we'll be back filming tomorrow. All right, well. Got the wires on, coils on, power wire, just got to hook it up. I'm not going to do anything with the fuel system. I'm just going to fill the bowls and crank on it. See if it'll start. I've never used this carburetor, so hopefully it holds gas. A little extra. Well, let's find out. It actually sounded pretty good. I was worried it'd be in gear and, decide to come at me. But, let's do it again. Whew. That could have been bad. I lost my beard. Didn't like going that way. It's a good sign though. Real good. Doesn't sound bad. It's loud, but I don't hear any, rod noise or any of that stuff. Woo! Timing's still a little bit out. I get myself? I get it? My eyebrows. Just cleaning the cylinders out. So yeah, if your carb catches on fire like that, don't panic. Hold it wide open and crank. It'll usually suck the flame out. So. Did Did it move? Yeah, it's in gear. I'm happy. It sounds good. I think I'm gonna leave it at that until I find neutral and get some exhaust on it, because yeah, small space. It's really loud. So yeah, it's exciting. This truck hasn't ran. A little chilly in here. Yeah, transmission moves. Try to plug that off. Maybe I can get the truck to run for a little bit longer, just so I can, just in case it has a noise that I'm not hearing because it's so loud. But yeah, gotta find something to cap this off. Yeah, I got it in park. Try to get it running for a little bit longer. Let me hook my fancy ignition back up. Here comes the boom. Sounds radical. It's probably that monster cam I put in it. 900 and something lift, full roller. Oh, that's why I died. I lost my power. Smells like race gas. Well, that's it. Oh yeah, she's running out of fuel. Still a win. I'm happy. I like it. Yeah, you'll be whipping donuts before long, won't you? Probably not. I might be. Well, that didn't seal the transmission leak, but it it's got pressure in the transmission, so that means it'll work. Hey, if anybody knows about these old AODs, I don't know if it's an AOD, so it's not the E, so it doesn't have electronic overdrive, so it should just go, I believe it should just go right into overdrive automatically. I'm hoping. So, if anybody knows anything about them, shoot me a comment. Let me know, because this is the newest transmission I've ever messed with. Everything, all the stuff I ever deal with is, turbo 350s and turbo 400s and power glides and C4s, that kind of stuff. But if you're a tranny guy and you know anything about these AODs, don't be afraid to say something to me. So, yeah, I'm excited. Came a long ways in a short time. So, yeah. This is my happy face, if you can't tell. Yeah, it's exciting. This truck hasn't ran since early 90s. I think, what'd you say the sticker said when you looked the other day? 96, is that what you said? Well, it's got multiple years on
97.
it, but 97. Okay, so truck been off the road since 97. This engine, I think it's been off the road since the early 2000s. I think that's what the license plate said. Well, the reason it got parked was because it was so rusty. But yeah, now I have a platform to work with. Now I'm going to go full out on this thing for a while, and you know, your brake lines, tranny lines, radiator, the whole works to do to it. So yeah, don't miss out. You know, every Monday, sometime on Mondays I release. I don't know if it's 7 in the morning or 5 at night. It's just depends on how I'm feeling. But yeah, I'm excited. It's saved another one from the scrapyard, and this is it's a cool truck. It's gonna drive like a car. It's gonna stop good. It's gonna be reliable. Well, sort of reliable. But no, I'm excited. But making progress. You know, make the plan, then you work the plan. So, all right. Well, for tonight, I'm gonna call it. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Hey, if you're a Chevy guy and you're seeing this and you got a Ford friend, pass it on. But, yeah. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week. Let's make this official. This is a 6-cylinder badge. Or maybe 365 badge. I guess I'm not sure. I'd have to look. Well, drop that nut. There's actually a pretty cool story behind this emblem. The guy I got this truck from, he goes to Alaska every summer and does the gold rush way up on the Yukon. I think he said he was like really far north. And he had this truck and he couldn't find an emblem anywhere. And he was up there one summer, and there's a truck just like this, a big one. I think he said F600, maybe F350, one of the two. And he talked to the owner of the mine, and he's like, "Yeah, I need that emblem." And the guy gave it to him, so he found it. But this was originally a 6-cylinder truck, and put the badge of honor on it. Make it a V8. This is actually my last one of these emblems, which now I gotta go find more. Had a ratchet. There it is. Get it? No, might need a magnet. And yeah, I'll deal with that. Might tip the hood up. Let's do some body work though. Okay, it's got that nice little crease there. I don't know how that would happen, but a little bit. Almost brand new. So, yeah. Set that back up, try not to tip it. But yeah, we could talk about the Impala for a second if you guys want to listen. This is going to be a future episode. Car has huge sentimental value to me. My buddy Rob bought it sometime around 2000, I believe, maybe sooner. The car had a full restoration done before that. It wasn't the best, but it looked good. he drove the car for a few years. Something in the engine broke. I had it running when I got it. It sounded like a wrist pin, or it wasn't healthy. So I pulled it out, I put a 350 in I had. Got it running, it does drive. But after Rob had it, it got parked in I think it was '04. And then my buddy Mike got it in like 17. He started working on it. He bought some interior parts and started sanding on it in spots. And Mike passed away 4 years. I think 4 years in February now. So, yeah, and after he passed away, I talked to his wife Sharon. I said, well, if you ever need anything, or if you ever want to sell the Impala, let me know. We'll figure something out. And she called me maybe last year and said she had to move the car and gave me her price. And yeah, I jumped on it, brought it home. I started doing work on it and got busy with other stuff, but it's in the garage. I got, excuse me, I bought rear quarters for it. Those are in the other building. Waiting for my little brother to come up and help me put them on, because he's a body man. He's done quarters. He's way more talented than I am when it comes to that kind of stuff. But yeah, hopefully when he makes time or gets time, we can show some work being done to this. I know it still needs a lot of work, a lot of tinkering. Whoever put it together, they actually never ran cooling lines to the radiator from the transmission, so I actually don't know how this transmission survived, because with no cooling, but yeah, we used to cruise this thing all the time. He had the subs in the trunk, and you got to think this is early 2000s when that was pretty cool to have them. And I don't know, I must have been 20 years old, so back then I thought it was cool. Now it just hurts my ears. But yeah, he had the subs and it was a beautiful car, rode nice, super fun to drive in. It still got the same tires on it from when he used to drive it around with us. But yeah, it's in nice shape. It used to be ermine white was the original color with the aqua interior. I don't quite know what color I'm going to paint it yet. I'd like to keep it gray just because that's how I always remember the car. It was a nice gray, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be black. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. But this is one car I will never sell. My wife might after I die. Hopefully she does, because it's actually in the shape it's in. It's worth a lot of money. You can't find them, especially in this kind of shape. It's got a little rust, but what do you expect? 64. It's almost 60 years old. So, but yeah, I'm done talking about it. Makes me sad. Makes me miss Mike and Rob, because Rob passed away about a year after Mike did. So, and they were both a big part of my life growing up. I went to school with Mike. I've known him since I was, we were in middle school together. So, but yeah, let me know if you guys want to see me do stuff on this car. If not, I'll do it in private. If you guys want to see something like this be back on the road, let me know. Comment. But yeah, it's getting cold out here, so I'm going to head in. So, thank you again. Good night.